Hi, it's Dr. Parikh, and I'm explaining a resource I use quite a bit in this course, which I call the module to-do list. I break things down into modules. Really, I kind of am copying as as I've slid into remote. I've found that following the structure I use for online classes is really helpful. So even though I've never taught this as an online course, I kind of have it set up like an online course with 7 modules. So each module runs 2 weeks. I have kind of a part one and part two to help you divide up what the readings are and the videos. But the assignments kind of are broken up a little bit. Um, but then there are some things that go across the entire 2 week period. So the module to do list has all of your readings. I link to just about everything in here. And partly I do this because it's much, much easier for me to edit and add things here than in Blackboard. So if you look in Blackboard, each module I just link to the file. And then you can hit whichever module you're looking for, and it takes you right to the links. Um, whoops. So I have your readings, your videos. Uh, Sometimes there's a podcast. Usually you could read the podcast if you wanted, but I imagine that a lot of you do a lot of reading and kind of like anytime something's not written. So I try to make sure I get a variety of sources. Even with the readings, let's see, not in this one, but in a lot of them, I have some web sources and then I also have journal articles or peer reviewed sources. So I try to use a mix of different types of sources. That means some are more reliable than others. I try to choose ones that feel appropriate for the class, but they're not all what I would consider scholarly sources, particularly within. So the videos are typically not considered scholarly sources. Um, but again, I think they're all reliable, and if they're not, I talk about why in class. Because again, sometimes I'm specifically trying to show two sides of a controversy. Um, so there's your readings, your videos. You'll notice some of at least at this moment, some of the later ones have the entire references in. That makes it really big and really intimidating. So I'm trying to go through and clean it up and just include uh, links. This one's a little easier to see. Just include the titles and the links. And then I have a separate file that has all of the references, the full references, at least for the readings. I haven't done that for the videos yet. I might not. I don't know. If you need to make a citation for the videos, you just cite whoever made it. So for example, um, just because I don't know when it's already the beginning of the semester, I'm not sure when I'll be able to get in and add those in. And my computer's really slow. Sorry. It also shows the assignments. This is not the most reliable place. Blackboard is the most up to date and reliable. If there's ever a contradiction between the two, let me know. Activities are still a work in progress. I'm still kind of figuring out what I want, how many of those I want to do, which ones I want to do, and I want to see how it works in the remote format. So I'm it's kind of the last thing I'm firming up for the course. I will stay at least a week or two ahead of y'all so that you have time to plan and do them. But it is kind of the last thing I'm tinkering with. So here, for example, I would look here and it's the creator would be Test Prep Gurus Newport Beach, and then the year would be 2012. So if you want to use this in one of your discussion posts and I ask you to cite it, which I do, you would cite it using the name and the year. So that is the module to-do list. One more thing, as I showed you, there's a table of contents here because I didn't want you to have to scroll so far, especially because there's a lot of content here. It's a lot of short things typically, uh, but it means that it can't all fit on one page, so you can be scrolling quite a while to get to the later stuff. So instead, you can just click whatever you want and go right down. If you want, you can make a copy of your own, check things off as you go. But again, this is still kind of a work in progress, so I would do that process. If you are making yourself a copy to work from, I would just do that one module at a time. So whether you're doing it digitally or printing it out, again, I would get each one fresh just because this is a very different way of doing this course than I've done it before, and so I'm kind of waiting to see how it goes before I firm everything else up. All right. Thanks. Take care. Bye bye.